I've sent this into the universe with the intention of attracting those who are meant to find it. I am the Page of Pentacles. I truly believe there is no such thing as coincidences. If we cross paths, it was likely for a reason. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you want a personal reading, you're gonna have to reach out to me. I don't reach out first. These are my only accounts listed above. And with that being said, what does the collective I am reading for need to hear today? Okay, first up we have the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords reversed, which is an interesting duo. The Six of Pentacles and the Magician. Interesting. Okay. So with the Eight of Swords, I'm getting the vibe that I feel like you might feel like you might be tied up or out of options, maybe trapped in a position, or this could be in a relationship, this could be in like a job where you don't feel maybe fulfilled, or like there is either like a lack of recognition or a feeling that you are being seen in a fair light, to put it. I feel like it's like it's a lack of like being appreciated. The Nine of Swords reversed is I feel like you might possibly be ignoring that. Like you feel it deep down, you can tell what's happening, but you just don't really know what to do or how to like kind of step out of that energy. The Six of Pentacles, you are somebody who is generous. You're not the type of person to, shy away from giving, and that's an admirable trait. However, some people, they just take advantage of that kind of stuff. Like sometimes people don't have good intentions, which is hard because it feels like the collective I'm reading for probably they tend to have good intentions, and they assume that others will also have good intentions. And they're also somebody who just loves to give freely, but it feels like you might be giving freely and it might just be biting you in the ass at the end of the day, because as you give freely, like people just take advantage of that. 333 on the timer. So 333 might be significant to the collective. It's looking like there is a chance. It's almost like an I keep giving but I'm not getting recognized energy. And then we have the Magician card, and I feel like this symbolizes whoever I'm reading for right now, in the sense that you are a very powerful person, you have a lot to offer, be that 404 might be significant, in job, in a relationship, in whatever, like you have all these things that you're like willing to offer, but sometimes like it feels like you feel like you're not being recognized, and it's not like whoever is doing that isn't appreciating it. I feel like in your heart of hearts you might know that it's time to like let go of whether that is this person, whether that is a job, but it feels like there's a need for you to let go because it's no longer serving you with the Four of Pentacles reversed. But this is going to be kind of a struggle. And with the Seven of Wands reversed, once again, I'm getting 47, could be like an important number to this collective. With the Seven of Wands reversed, it's like this energy of you don't want to confront it. Same as the Knight of Swords reversed. There's just like this desire to not have to look that in the face because it's not gonna be like pretty, or it's gonna have to cause a lot of like tower moments or huge changes in your life, or it might just require you to release something that you don't necessarily want to release, because especially if it's a person, that's going to be something that's really hard to release, or if it's a job or a workplace and you're already really comfortable and established there, that's not exactly something you want to walk away from. With the Two of Pentacles, I'm getting that you're not only weighing your options, but that you do have options. So it's not like you need to like worry about whether or not there's someone else or other people. If it's a relationship, someone else who will treat you correctly and acknowledge that you have all of this to offer, or if it is a friendship, it could be other groups of people, like 555 on the timer, your soul tribe, might be like you know, out there waiting for you. Well, they are out there waiting for you, but they could be just around the horizon. You just might not be able to see that yet. If it's a job, you're not limited in job opportunities. There are people who are willing to hire you, and the thing is just because something ends doesn't mean that's not like meant to end. And especially if spirit is telling you that this is something that should be ending, you know, maybe it's the right call to let it end. That might mean walking away from people that you don't need to or necessarily want to walk away from, or you might share fond memories with. 6:39 on the timer. But on the other side of that is something more fulfilling for you, because, you know, it's the 10. It's the 10 of Cups, and 10 is like chapter fulfillment, wish fulfillment, completion. 55 on the timer. And it's just like, maybe you are being slow to like have to cast this judgment, but at the end of the day, it is something you're gonna need to do, especially if you want to like move forward and not feel stagnant with your life. And at the end of the day, you might not see a way forward. Like, it might be scary to like leave a relationship or walk away from friends, or even, especially if it's a job, like it might feel like you might be walking away from financial security, but you need to trust that like the universe is going to bring something that's meant for you. And I think with the 8 of Wands, it's saying that there is something coming in that is going to be for your benefit. And it's coming in, and maybe you don't see it, but it is around the corner. Let's see. Anything else the collective might need to know? 747, once again, 7, 4, and 7 might be, 4 and 7 might be like, might be important for this collective. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much you give with the Knight of Cups reverse. It doesn't matter how much you give. You're not, if people refuse, if they're takers and people refuse to see you for like all your gifts, then it doesn't matter how much you give or how much you sacrifice. It's not going to change their mind. And listen, you might not, once again, this could be scary. There was an 818 on the timer. This is also the 8 of the major arcana. So 888 could also be significant to the collective, which is abundance. So especially, I feel like for the people who might be watching this who were going to be moving into like a job offer or into new jobs, or even, it doesn't even matter, like even if it is relationships, it's like there is so much like emotional and physical abundance that is waiting on the other side. 848, so another 88. But it's like, it is scary because you are going to be having to take a leap of faith. 55 on the timer as well. And the thing is that courage is not the absence of fear, but facing things anyways, even though you're afraid. 909 could also be significant. With the sun here, I feel like there's just like a lot waiting around the corner from you. Yeah, these are all just good outlooks, especially because it's like if you're walking away from something, you know, sometimes that can be scary, but you need to remember that there are like other opportunities and there are other things. You're not limited in what is available to you. And these, listen, where a door is shutting, 936, another one is opening. So that could, like, just because one door shuts doesn't mean another one isn't opening. And on top of that, ooh, death on the bottom of the deck. This could be a significant change, but it's just, this is literally so perfect because it's just a reminder that with a change comes a rebirth. So where something might be dying, a rebirth will happen. You know, like a butterfly, phoenix, whatever. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. With the 3 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, Tower, and the Ace of Cups, I'm getting, this could feel like a lonely journey, but you need to remember that sometimes when you're meant to let go of a person, that's for a reason, and it could be for the benefit at the end of the day. Sometimes some fights are not yours to pick anymore, especially if these people aren't seeing your value. Sometimes it's just, there is value in just walking away, drawing a line, setting a boundary, especially if they're takers. And this is going to be a Tower moment if you do, which I recommend, and clearly whoever this collective is, Spirit recommends you walk away. But there is going to be a lot of emotional fulfillment on the other side. So where there's a death, there's going to be a rebirth. 11:01 on the timer, so 111.